Okay, awesome. This meeting has been recorded. Got it. Hey man, just good to, you know what I'm saying, see you, bro. You feel me?
Good to
8
see
years
you
since
too.
the US Army game, bro.
Throw the hood up and then we skirt off. Sliding in that track, I got my jury on my shirt off. Turn a phone on D&D.
Just I always talk about you to this, to this day, man.
I
Cause
swear you was trying to get me to come to Oklahoma with you.
man, I swear, man, because we hit it off right away, and then just I never forget New Year's down there. You know what I'm saying? Me, you, Nate Starks.
we had a classic for sure. We had a
Yeah,
classic.
you know what I'm saying, man. So just great memories, bro. That was created for life, bro. For
Yeah.
real. So I'm
Because when
glad
you had hit
to.
me up, I was just telling somebody about that. I was like, man, this is crazy. He hit me up. I was just telling somebody about that story.
Bruh, for real. And then how do you I was gonna ask, bro, do you keep in contact with anybody else from the US Army game and stuff like that?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I keep in contact with a few, bro, but I'm like, just
Okay.
crazy, bro. And then just so much talent, on the field at once, bro, was definitely dope. But bro,
Yeah.
just want to say, bro, just thank you for joining in with me today, man, on
No
Resiliency
problem, buddy.
Cam, bro. Like, means a lot, bro. And like you definitely somebody who embody resilient, man. I mean, your story is, amazing, man.
Ridiculous.
We gonna get into that for sure, man. But man, I just want to first, bro, just start, from your journey from being from Detroit, Michigan, bro, and then just talk about that upbringing.
It wasn't all good, but I can't say it was all bad type of deal. So it was, tough. We had to work for everything we got. So
Right.
everything wasn't given to us. Like, I don't know. I can't really explain it too much. But yeah,
Right.
it was like it
Yeah.
was just tough. It was a tough upbringing. It is what the city is. Like
Right.
it's the city. At the end of the day, you could fall into all type of stuff. I had my head on focus for a long time before I started getting into my trouble. So it all worked out for me in the end. But yeah, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm from Dexter and Joy Road. I played for the West Side Cubs growing up. That's a PAL league.
Hey, so it's funny you said the Power League because you beat me to it because I was gonna bring that up. My uncle, he's from Detroit, Michigan too as well,
uh-huh.
and we was talking earlier before this call. He was like, ask him about the Power League, ask him
Yeah.
about it. He was like, all these great D1 athletes went through it. So I was gonna ask you about that, man. Like, I want to hear about the
Yeah.
league.
I played with like four dudes, no, three dudes that's in the league. Probably, I think I might be leaving one out, but yeah, I played with Jordan Lewis. Played for the Cowboys right now.
Right.
I played with Desmond King. Played for the Texans right now, and I played for Tavier Thomas. Played with Tavier Thomas. He played for the Texans right now. Yeah, we all grew up. We played about 4 or 5 years together with each other in Hull.
Man, that's what's up, bro. I'm like, yeah. He was like, watch. He was like, man, he gonna be like, how you know about the Power League?
Yeah, that
So
pal.
I
That's
definitely
where it's
wanted
at.
to.
It ain't what it used to be. Like all that, it ain't what it used to be. But back then, that's where the talent was at. It's where you want to play some real football. We was playing real football back then.
My uncle said parents out there fighting it all. He said it was really like that.
All
Like
type of stuff, shootings at the games, all type of stuff.
right,
Fights, shootings, all type of stuff at little league football games because it got serious like that. Really got
right.
serious like that.
And the reason why I asked you, about Detroit, not necessarily, about the, upbringing and, things like that, because I know, every city got that, like you said, you can fall into these streets and stuff like that. The reason why I was asking is because you chose to go to Michigan State, and I'm not familiar with the area, so I don't know how far Michigan State is from where you from, but that's still home. Talk about that decision and why,
My
like,
whole
because I'm like
decision,
Detroit got to mean something.
I was more scared to leave. That's what it was. It wasn't even that. It was like I kind of knew I just didn't want to leave the state. I'm not the most outgoing person, the most like go out there, get to know people type of stuff. It take me a while to get to know people. Like you was really one of the only people like I connected with at the All American games. And the Hawaiian kids, the Samoans, they was cool too.
Yeah. I know you too.
The Samoan dudes. It was me, you, and the Samoan dudes I was hanging with. So yeah, I just really was like more comfortable just being at home. I wish I like would have been a little more like, more open to leaving and all type of stuff like that. But I was just stuck on staying at home. Michigan State only an hour away from my house. So like, yeah,
Okay.
literally like 56 minutes.
Right. And, so I know that was, huge just for your family and your loved ones. Cause I know one thing my uncle brought up, shout out to my Uncle Dion, he brought up, it was big for you to make it out the city. So I know that was a big thing, man. So, so that's, pretty cool. And then let me ask, man, I'm just curious. So if you would have, look to go out of state, like what other colleges would you have considered?
I was considering Ohio State, Florida State. And that was about it. Florida State and Ohio State. Yeah, those were my other two.
Got you, man. And then man, just talk about Michigan State, man, because you went up there and you had a career, man. Let me ask, what was like your favorite memorable moment?
I got like two big ones. I think we was playing Pitt. This was my sophomore year. This is when I'm doing real good in my sophomore year. And the reason I played so hard, I played hard every game, but this game really was like a big game to me because the year before my freshman year, my true freshman year, Pitt, they destroyed me whole game. I didn't even want to get back in. I was like, oh my God, they was because it was all like elephants on parade. Everything was them moving. I'm like, they crushing me. I can't figure this out to save my life. This ain't even my first freshman game. It's like we a nice time in the season, but this was the old line that just did me bold. So my sophomore year, I done figured out the game. I'm like, I'm ready for these boys this year. Like I'm all the way ready. I'm like, I'm going out there to tear their heads off. So I got a sack and I used to throw the forwards up. I wore number 4, so I used to throw the forwards up after every play I made. So I got a sack and I'm getting up off the ground and I'm going to throw at my forwards. And I just look into the crowd and the whole crowd was doing it. And it was just like, that was like one of my favorite moments in college. I looked up, the whole stadium was throwing up the forwards, doing exactly what I did. I was like, this is crazy. It was like a night game too. It was darker. I'm like, oh yeah, this is beautiful. And then my other one, I scored my touchdown against Penn State. I think this is, again, my sophomore year. And that was like one of my moments too, yeah.
Man, that
was my first career touchdown, like high school, pal, ever. That was my first touchdown ever in my life.
Hey, it's good when the big boy get to the end zone.
Hey, you feel me? You know what made it? What kind of watered it down? Because we was beating them so bad. What watered my touchdown down? An old lineman got a touchdown that game. They had put an old lineman like sit Jack Allen out on the like I think they put him at tight end or something at the goal line, and they just threw him the ball and he just scored a touchdown. I'm like, dang, my one little touchdown get overthrown by offensive lineman, but yeah.
Right. And then, man, you talking about like your freshman year going into your sophomore year, you had the game figured out. I was gonna ask, man, like, what would you say to like a young kid who's getting ready to go to college, whether that be D1, D2, D3, whatever? Because to me, ball is ball. Like what type what's something you would tell them to be prepared? Because like I feel like it's certain things that you can prepare for, and then there's things you just got to learn and you just got to experience.
See, my whole game was when I was in high school, I was a more play on the line type of dude, use my finesse and overpower people every blue moon, but I wasn't getting off the ball. I ain't really have to. I could let them come to me and I could finesse from there. And it was just like, it was all finesse. And I wasn't used to getting off the ball. College is not a chance you're gonna be able to do that. They're gonna tear you apart. They're gonna roll you every time. So that was my biggest like figuring out getting off the ball. Like that was like I had to learn how to get off the ball. I learned that, and it's sad that it took me so long to get in tune. And you got to get into that film room. You got to watch your film. It took me so long because I wasn't like applying myself in the film room and seeing what I'm doing wrong. I'm so frustrated because can't get it, figure it out, because I'm used to being able to just figure it out on the field, like on the move type of deal. So, but towards the end of the year, I started watching film, and I'm not watching like other players. I'm watching other players on my team. I'm watching like Lawrence Thomas at the time, LT. Watching him, and he got a ridiculous get off. Everything is like, as soon as the ball snap, he didn't hit the center before the ball even almost didn't snap. The ball just got to the quarterback and he already hit the center. So I'm like, dang, I'm watching this game. I'm like, oh, so that's what you like. And like, well, I think we had like a spring ball practice or something. I don't know, summer spring ball practice. And I was like, I got it figured out. And that first day out there, I just started getting off the ball using my hands. And then after that, our center at the time, Jack Allen, he helped me even more too. He was like, I'm gonna show you how to shoot your hands. He showed me like, keep your hands tight and shoot them straight up, right off the ground. You get them right off the ground. And he taught me that, and that's just when my game just elevated. Like, because I already had decent pass rush move, and I was stronger already. And now I'm getting off the ball, and I'm using my hands a little more, elevating my whole game to a different level.
Right, got you. And then, so I see you talking about like as far as in like that's a big thing, bro. Film, bro, that really do make a difference. Like watching your mistakes, learning from others, and things like that. Let's take it to even, off the field. Like what type of preparation would you tell, young kids, somebody how to handle the success or being away from home or, things like that, man, as well. And, just being focused because, I know for me, bro, like I say, bro, in some things, like I say, like it was certain things they would tell us, get your grades ready, make sure you're working out. But then, like I say, it's some things like they don't prepare you for as far as, okay, everybody partying Monday through Saturday. Are you going to party Monday through Saturday? Are you going to skip out on all that stuff? So, man, what's some type of encouragement would you say, bro? And
it's a lot of temptation. That? It's a lot of temptation in college football and just college period. It's a lot of temptation. And you just got to be disciplined. Like, you can't do everything. Yeah, you can party after the game, but you got to do it smart. You got to watch what you're doing, like, because you're still a regular person, but people don't look at you like a regular person. You're a football player, man. So everything you do is escalated. I mean, it's on a higher level. So you get in any trouble, it ain't like you're a regular student. Your parents, only people hear about it and stuff like that. The whole world gonna hear about it. You get in trouble up there. So with that, I'm saying like more like you just gotta focus up, figure out what worked for you. Like me, I ain't always been because I ain't always the biggest social dude, so the partying wasn't a big deal. And me, it was more, I was tough on myself because I wasn't playing football how I wanted to be playing football. Like I'm used to being the best player out there on the field. So if I'm over here, I'm going from that to getting rolled by everybody on the offensive line. Is just like, I got to figure out my game. So that's what I was focused on. Focus up. That's all you got to do is stay focused. Remember why they really got you up there. It was for football. So you got to always have that in the back of your head. You got that scholarship to playing football.
Man, that's real. They need to hear that. Like you say, just that focus and that discipline. And then, man, I know them UN games had to be crazy now.
Games, they was all of them crazy. I'm 2-1. I'm 2-1 against U of M. But yeah, I was there for that block kick too.
Oh,
I was there for that block kick. Yeah, that was my year. That was dude came in. That was I knew him since high school. Jalen Watts Jackson. We came in same year. He blocked the punt. We had a great game. That's the thing too. We was beating them in every category. We was down by a touchdown. I don't even think it was a touchdown. We was down by 3 points or something. And I remember walking off the field. I'm like, shit. I look at because they putting up the stats of the game, and we went in every category. When I get to the sideline, everybody like heads down and stuff. I'm like, man, at this point, we just gotta believe. I'm like, you just gotta believe at this point. I'm like, it's gonna work out for us. We winning in every category. There's no way we're about to lose the game. And I remember I'm sitting there watching, and that play happened. And everybody lost their mind. I was like, I can't believe I came over here and really was believing like we still gonna win this game. And it really happened because it was like there wasn't no time left on the clock. Like it was like it was about to punt the ball. They was about to punt the ball, and that was gonna be the end of the game. Like that was. Really,
I remember that.
Take it back, yeah. So
I remember that game, man. That's a moment right there.
The punter, like he muffed the punt. I mean, he muffed the catch. Then he got up. He tried to, instead of falling on the ball, he got up and tried to do a spin kick, all type of stuff. I'm like, oh, man.
Crazy.
And it worked out in our favor. So, yeah. And then that was my favorite Michigan State. That's my favorite Michigan game. Like, That was my favorite one, right, for sure.
Right. And then let me ask this, man, because I hear you talk about believing. Because I feel like that's a lot of people and just relating to life. I'm translating football into life as well, because a lot of people get down and they're in situations and it might look like they're gonna lose, but you telling your teammates believe. And I know sometimes life go that way, and a lot of people stop believing, man. What's something else, man, that you would give as far as encouragement as far as why you believe, bro, and why your faith so strong?
I believe in manifesting, speaking good things into existence. I really, really believe words have power. Like what you think and what you're doing on the daily is what you're gonna get back in return. So I'm like, when I was doing bad and I'm not having the best karma, life started to go down for me. When I got arrogant, I'm not as humble as like life showed me. Like it humbled me. You're either gonna be humble or you're gonna get humble.
Get humble. Come on.
It's one or the other way. So I really believe in that. Like you gotta speak stuff into existence, and if you say negative stuff gonna happen. I'm like a stickler on that. Like I don't like no bad imagery. I don't say certain words just because I don't want them in the air. Like I really believe in that.
That's real, man. Like in this book I've been reading, it's called Unlimited Power by Anthony Robbins. It's a great read, but it's about unlocking your best self. And that's like a big thing. He talk about how you talk to yourself, because like the way you talk to yourself is how you're going to attack something. Like if you don't believe you can win or you can accomplish it, then your effort is not going to be as great as if you thought you could win or you thought you can make that happen. So, self-talk is, really, really, bro, it's really important.
Really
like you say, just manifesting. And then, man, let me ask you, bro, Malik, bro, before before I dive into your story and stuff, man, because like I say, I'm definitely gonna talk about that. Let me ask, man, who influenced you and motivated you growing up? Who some people you looked up to, whether that was, family, pop, moms, whoever,
I ain't gonna say
I see moms
ahead.
I see moms on the Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So I know grandma played a big influence in your life, man.
Yeah, they all played a big influence in my life, but they really gave me the influence that I wanted to do better. Like I wanted to bring them out of their situation. I wanted to get myself out of our situation. Like tired of being broke, tired of being this. I'm like, football was my way out. And I was like, I put my all into it. I was like, I didn't have much of a childhood. I was a two-sport person. I was like, when I went from football, it was right to basketball. I was always doing something productive, like high school, all the way up to high school. I played basketball all the way up to my senior year. So it was just who motivated me was really like just my situation, being in the situation I was. I ain't really had nobody to look up to because we ain't had no heroes for real around us. And I wasn't big on really, I'm like, that what they going through is not my story, my own story. I ain't never really had like my own superhero type of deal, but I knew what I didn't want. I didn't want to be out here working hard, breaking my back to just get the bare minimum. So I'm like, and I know I could change that for my grandma and my mama and my family and my kids to come. You feel me?
Right. Nah, that's real, man. And then just talk about that because, man, if you don't know, I'm sure you already know, but, you got people from your city all around the world looking up to you as a hero, man. How do you carry that? Because like you say, like that pressure, you're not a normal person. Like whatever you do is going to be magnified. You know what I mean? Put underneath that glass. So how do you deal with that, bro?
Yeah, I love the support and all, but I definitely don't let it get to my head because one minute they could be supporting you and the next minute they can be dogging you out because you did something stupid. So I always just stay humble and stay in my own lane. I don't really listen to the critics or the people who give me love because like I know how fast that love can fade. And so I really just focus on myself and doing the best I can do and make myself proud. At the end of the day, I know if I make myself proud, I'm gonna be happy either way it goes.
Yeah, it's like I was watching this video from Nip earlier in the week. Like he was saying, like like when people showing that love, like it's like I appreciate it, but like he like I don't need it to validate me though. You feel me? Like some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people need that validation, like. But he like, nah, it's cool, thank you. Like, but I don't need it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How ugly it can get when you do something wrong. Like I done seen how people that just was worshiping you a minute ago or dog talk about you like you're a dog. Like, so it is what it is with me. I'm like, I definitely appreciate it. I love the fans and all, but I know that love is not unconditional. I know it comes with a price, so I don't really look on it too highly.
Yeah, and like you say, man, like you say, it's not unconditional. Because it's like I tell people all the time, I'm like, bro, as humans, bro, and like that's why I pray, ask God every day, help me be loving, help me not to be jealous, help me not to be envy, help me with all these things in this world, right? But it's like I tell people, man, as humans, man, we love under certain conditions. Under conditions that you make me happy, under conditions you can keep providing this money for me, under conditions I can be, under certain conditions. And I'm like, one thing about God that I love is he loves unconditionally, meaning if I'm broke on the streets, whatever, God's still going to love me, bro. And I'm like, man, that's that real type of love, that unconditional love. But it's just crazy to hear. But yeah, man, humans, conditions for sure, man. And that's one thing I had to
That's what had me
learn.
Problems with life now is like, it's hard to find somebody that, because I always think like, it's something I can do or something that can happen to me to where you don't care for me no more. You don't love me. So I'll be less open to getting to know new people. Like, because I know at the end of the day, I done seen my best friends and everybody turn on me when stuff go bad. So I was like, and these the people I love unconditional, because you weren't doing better. You weren't doing better than me, and I was still hanging with you and stuff like that. So this is unconditional. You ain't doing nothing for me. I'm around you just because I love you as a person. You my people. So
and one thing, like, that life just taught me, bro, too, like, because I had to learn, because like you say, like, I'm showing people love and all this, but like I say, bro, I end up not going to Oklahoma. I end up falling off. I end up having to go for JUCO before I went to UAB, University of Alabama at Birmingham, right? Like, and all these things. And bro, like, one thing I learned through everything I went through is like, I'm like, I can't expect me out of others. You know what I'm saying? That same love I was showing. Come on,
you gotta
bro.
love
like,
a snake for a snake, and you know he gonna bite you one day.
You feel me? Like,
if you love a snake, you gotta love them for what they are. I was like, you gotta love people for what they are, not for who you want them to be. I was like, everybody got their flaws and everybody not like me. I'm like, I'm a giving person. I got a good heart, a big heart. I was like, when I got my money, I was like, I just want to see everybody around me be rich. But if the next person around you don't want to put in the work and don't want to do it themselves, you can't help them.
Right. And
ain't nothing you can do if a person don't want to do it themselves. So yeah, I keep my distance. That's really what it is. I love people. I love my peoples, but I can't help you as much as I used to be able to, because then I drive myself to the ground trying to build you back up. Well,
for sure, bro. And like energy, bro, it's contagious. You feel me? Like, contagious. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you around, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? It definitely make a big difference. And I'm sure that's something you learn, you feel me? I'm like, you say you already not a social guy, so you already know the circle tight, you feel me? So
the circle always been tight, but for me to go through what I went through and
man,
people to react like that was like, dang, that really hurt me.
It's shocking because at the end of the day, League, like, man, people forget you a human, bro. Mm-hmm. Through all the tackles, all the football, through, like, you human too, bro. So I can only imagine, that time. And man, just speaking on that, so you go from Michigan State, where you had a great career, and you go second round to the Seattle Seahawks. And then you get into an ATV accident, if I'm correct, right? So, man, just talk about that experience, man, because Leak, I kept up with you for forever. Mm-hmm. Anytime you made a tackle at Michigan State, right? It's like I made one. I'm like onto the screen, like, yeah, Leak. Talk about that, man. Talk about that ATV
I can't
accident.
really talk. The accident, I really can't talk about as much, but yeah, I had a brain injury. I just had a brain injury, so that set me out for a year. And basically, it ain't too much. I can't go into that one too deep. But
yeah, no, let's not.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we can move. We can move past it.
No,
man.
We can talk a little bit. Little bit. But I can tell you what I can tell you. Stuff was going on in Seattle. That's that, and basically, it was just like it was us going back and forth with Seattle, and me trying to. I wasn't really on the best path myself. I didn't got out of football. I got all this money. I'm out here having a good time. Like, I wasn't really thinking about football. I'm like, y'all ain't trying to bring me back and stuff like this. Not trying to clear me from my head. I'm doing good. See y'all when I see y'all type of deal. And just life just started to decline from there. It was like I caught my first case while I was out there in Seattle. Caught another case while I was out there in Seattle, and that's just stuff just kept declining as life happened. Like
you
I was
know, and
going
like
through my stuff and everything. Lost my grandma, lost two of my best friends. I just was reacting wrong and did some stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing.
no, that's real, man. And you know, that's why I tell people, because you know, like one thing about this life, man, like, you know, it's like I tell people, man, and you know, like I say in the Bible, you're a child of God, so you gonna suffer, man. And like that's why I tell people, like, you know, and one thing my dad always tell me is like, what goes up must come down. You feel me? So it's like sometimes, and I tell people all the time, when it rains, it pours. You feel me? Like real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's definitely the truth.
But you know, it's like I tell people, like, make sure you got your umbrella so you prepare, you feel me, for when those times do come. When it do, because it's gonna rain. Like people think just because you get money, you have success. This like life is
Always
just
gonna be a rainy
good.
day.
You
It's always gonna be a rainy day.
you know, man.
I was like, even because I had said it before I got my injury, like I had like a weird feeling. I was like getting a weird feeling. I'm like, life blowing is just a little too good. Like I ain't had no bumps in the road. I could feel like it was something coming on. Like I had like a premonition. Like I ain't never hit a bird in my life. Like with my car, like driving,
Right.
never hit a bird in my life. And like a week, I hit like 4 birds. They just flew into my car. Like they was crows at that. It's like I'm hitting crows like driving. I'm like, bro, something bad about that. I was like, I just started getting that feeling. Like I'm like, something bad about to happen to me. Like I could feel it in the air, but I'm like, just gotta keep pushing it. If it is, I can't stop now. Like I just gotta keep going.
Right.
But and then I got into my accident. I'm like, whoa, like I had the feeling like something was. I was like, because it was like I was like I knew something was coming, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. I was just like, dang, something like I was like maybe an injury or something like. But I was like, I'm like I could feel like something bad was on his way to come get me, type of deal. Yeah.
Right. And then, man, like you say, man, losing your grandmother, your, you know, 2 best friends, man, you know, going through, you know, with Seattle, what did that process look like for Malik on healing? What steps did you take to start putting yourself in that, you know, that right path, man?
So so I lost my grandma first, and I lost my grandma, and that hit me hard. But I got into the accident, so I got the accident, and then my grandma gets sick, and she ended up passing away, and I just went back to Seattle. I was really doing my own healing there. I'm going in there doing light workouts and stuff, but I'm coming back home, and I'm away from the drugs, I'm away from liquor, I'm away from everything. I'm just down there trying to get back.
Right.
So boom, then I think I go down to Atlanta. And I get into it with the cop. I mean, no. That ain't how it went. So I go home. It's like a bye week. We have a bye week, and my man's calling me like, "What's up, man? We about to go ride the ATVs. Where you at?" Like, he know I ain't about to ride, but he like, come drive around and follow us, type of deal. Like while we riding and everything. So I'm like, I ain't trying to do that. I'll link up with y'all later. We can chill later, type of deal. So boom, I had my homeboy come pick me up from the airport. We chilling, we riding around. And next thing you know, we get a call saying my homeboy, he done died. So my man's Jalen, he done died. Boy, he ain't died, but he done got into an accident on the ATV. So boom, we rushed him to the hospital. We rushed right up to the hospital, and we sitting there, we waiting. We sit there for about 3 hours. It's about probably 80 of us out there, his family, our friends, and all type of stuff. So while he in surgery, and before we leave, it's because we done been there for about 3-4 hours. Before we leave, we all come around, we make a circle and we pray. We send up a prayer. So boom, we leave. Probably like an hour or two later, we get the call. He done passed away. So when that crushed me, like I'm crushed off this. Like I talked to him on the plane. Like literally, as soon as my plane landed, this was the first person I talked to. He called me as soon as I landed.
Right.
So we get that information. So the next day at his repast, I ain't drank or smoked or did anything in probably the last 3 to 4 or 5 months type of deal. I've been sitting in Seattle doing nothing, just trying to get my life back together. So, just depressed and everything. We all at the repast. Next thing you know, I'm drinking, having a good time. And then with the head injury, I'm not supposed to be drinking at all. Like I wasn't supposed to be doing anything, but I just came to my emotions and ended up having some drinks. And next thing you know, end up getting pulled over, getting a DUI. So boom, I end up heading right back to Seattle. And after I caught the DUI, I go right back to Seattle and everything. And it don't hit the news for a while. So boom, we get another, I don't know if this was a bye week or what. And I just ended up going to Atlanta for the weekend. I was with some friends and everything. So we chilling down there. Next thing you know, I get into it with the female officer and everything. All those charges got dropped and everything because I wasn't in the wrong, but I was still out there being disrespectful. I'm not holding up the NFL brand. I'm not protecting the shit. I'm not protecting myself. I'm not protecting the team. So I'm out there and I catch another case, get arrested. Get out of jail the next day, head back to Seattle. By the time I land, I talk to my mom and everything. She know I'm like, they say they ain't gonna leak it to TMZ and all that. So before I left, it hadn't hit the news and everything. By the time I landed back in Seattle, as soon as I land, that phone come back on, get to work and get his network back. Got about 100 missed calls, all type of DMs and texts, and my Instagram, my Twitter going crazy. So I called my mom back first. I'm like, oh man, it leaked in, and she was like, yep, it's out there. I just hung up. I was like, I'll talk to you later. Now I gotta go deal with them consequences. So I ended up leaving Seattle because basically wasn't gonna be able to come back on the team. I done caught 2 cases and everything they know about, and so now I'm just trying to do me. So I head back home. I headed back home to Detroit, where I fell deeper into getting in more trouble and all type of stuff. And life just went on from there. Caught another case, and had to end up doing some jail time. And came home. That jail time really helped me out a lot though, because it gave me time to get out of my ways and sit there and think like where my life is heading so far. Like what the things I'm out here doing is leading me into a direction of destruction, like the wrong path. I'm heading in the wrong direction. I'm like, I just was a top 5 pick, fell down from that.
Because you was labeled as the first rounder, right?
Yeah, I was labeled as a first round pick, but went down for that because of stuff I had got into with coaches with while I was in college. So I'm like, I just really, that time gave me time to sit down and really like manifest. That's when I really started believing in manifesting and stuff like that, sitting there praying, like getting on my knees and praying like,
come on,
how God helped me find my way, like get back on the right path. And so prayed about it, sitting there, got my mind right, thought about what I wanted to do before when I get out, like made a plan for what I need to do when I got out. As soon as I got out, I got straight to it. Got back to working out, got back to just getting back to trying to get back on that field. And it was a long road for sure, but hey, I'm here where I'm at now.
Come on. And that's why I wanted to just share this story, man, because like I said, resilient, you embody that, bro, able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. And the reason why I love the word resilient, I tatted on me, I named my brand, my business, LLCs, all that after resilient is because, like I say, man, we as humans, we go through things sometimes and we be down for years, months. Like you know people who 60, 70 years old doing the same thing they was doing when they was 10, 15, 20, you know what I'm saying? They didn't give up on life. But the thing about being resilient, it says recover quickly. When you're resilient, you don't have time to sit there. You don't have time to sit there and dwell on mistakes and things and be down for forever. You gotta be resilient. You gotta have heart, man. Like, and that's why I'm like, I gotta get this story out because I listen to you talk, man. And for me, League, like when I reached out, man, I lift you up and because I'm like, let me show people. And then that's when I really seen, oh, what was going on and things. And you know me as man, I'm like, you know, just even listening to you now, you know, my heart like, you know, but of course it's where you at to you know, of course everything God was preparing you to where you are today, man. And as you were telling me, I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, it's so crazy how the negative things are like the norm in this world nowadays. You know, people will call you, like you say, 100 missed calls, a whole bunch of texts, your Instagram, Twitter, go, hey, talk to you in months. But once that drama hits your life, or they got drama, they gonna pick up that phone quick, and it's a oh no. And I'm like, man, that's why I'm like, I thank God for this opportunity, because I'm like, man, let's shed some light on this though. Let's talk about the good though. You know what I mean? Because like I say, people always hit you for the negativity, man. But it's a story like this, man. I'm like, everybody needs to hear this, man. This is some, you know, this is some, you know, this gonna touch lives and just change. Because I'm like, for me, this story is just crazy to see where you are today, man. Like being back with the, you know, the Cleveland Browns, man. You know, how did that work out, man? Like, bro, just resilient, man. I love it, Lee.
Yeah, it's a long road. It's been a long road, but I just had to keep seeing, like, I still got the talent. I still got the work effort. I'm like, I just had to believe in myself. I got a picture, because when I first came home, the first picture I posted, it was like a football picture. And I was like, I'm going to make my mama proud again. And I was like, I'm betting it all on myself. I'm like, at this point, I'm putting all my money back into getting back in shape and doing what I got to do. I'm like, I'm going to bet it all on myself. I'm going to bet the house on myself. And I'm like,
come on.
Sometimes you got to be willing to bet it all on yourself, take that one risk on yourself. And it's like, who else going to bet on you? Then that's an easy bet to win. You betting on yourself. Like, you know what
come
you
on.
can do today.
I'm a double down, triple down.
I'm a double down, triple down, all on myself. So I put it all in. I was all in on myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna get back to where I need to be. I'm gonna make it happen. I was like, I know I can still do it. I'm gonna make it happen.
Man, that's you know, like I say, man, it's so real, bro, and it's so touching. Like I say, just to, you know, hear that story, and like you say, man, just manifesting. Like you say, look, I'm gonna make my mama proud. I'm gonna make my mama proud again. Again. That's why I love. I'm like, again, bro. You feel me? And then, like you said, I'm gonna bet it all on myself, man.
I was like, say she's proud of. She definitely never said she stopped being proud of me and all that. But I wasn't proud of myself, and I know deep down you can't be proud of what I'm doing and what I'm going through either. So I'm like, I know I gotta put that smile back on your face and just make you happy. Every call ain't got to be a bad call no more. I was like, it was like PTSD when she used to call me, because it was like every time she called, it was like something was going on. It's something I got to pay for. It's something got to deal with a lawyer. It's just always some bad news. It was like to the point where I was scared to answer the phone when she called. I'm like, man, I know it ain't nothing good. I'm like, she can't be calling me for nothing good. She ain't called me for nothing good in a while.
Right, for real. So I know them phone calls are so much better now. Like you say, just that peace. Just that peace, man. You know, like you say, like the phone calls when you already know it's something, man. You be stressed and worried, and versus like you say, that peace, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't even want to ruin my day with this call right now. Like I'm just woke up. I'm trying to have a good day. I'm like, this call right here, I know it can ruin the rest of my day. I might not even leave the house.
Real talk. And you know the thing about peace, bro. Like when you start to get enough of peace, you take that over anything. I don't want to argue with nobody. Raise my voice. I don't want to be around nobody with that energy. Like, man, peace is, you know, it's such a great thing. But like a lot of people don't understand, man, peace comes from God, you know, because in your storm, how you gonna be able to stay still? Like, I'll never forget this story in the Bible. I forgot where they were going, but they were on the boat, and like Jesus was just laying there. And mind you, now they on this boat, and you know the winds is blowing, it's storming, and everybody nervous on the boat, and like they just asking God, like, Jesus, how you remaining so calm? Like how you remain so calm in this storm though? You know what I mean? And like he say, like why you got such little faith? You feel me? Like be able to remain calm. You know what I mean? And that's just that, you know, that strength.
That's kind of how I look with taking flights and stuff. I was like, geez, I'm Jesus' child. I'm like, I can't be sitting here worried, because I was like, that really tested my faith. A lot of stuff I had to get my faith back. I was like, God, I'm in God's hands at this point. I'm like, these flights get bumpy and all that type of stuff, because I was a nervous flyer for sure. Like, flights get bumpy. I'm like, God got me at the end of the day. He gonna make sure I get to where I need to be. Like, whatever's supposed to happen is gonna happen. I was like, I don't fight it. I'm like, this all in my mind, this ordinary happened. This is just like I'm just living through it right now. But where how it's gonna end is already been decided.
It's written, bro. It's written, and that's
written.
the thing. And like you say, bro, just that faith. And like I know one thing I learned about me, man. Like I'm big on my faith, and not to say like I'm perfect and I go to church, all these things. But like I say, I'm a big believer in keeping God's commandments and things. One thing though, like I was gonna say, man, and one thing like a lot of people don't understand is like when we try to do stuff ourselves, we mess it up so much. Versus if we just give the fight to God and let Him handle our battles in certain situations, bro, He can bring us through. Like you say, I'm in God's hand. Versus we be like, no, we in our hands. We gonna do it. We gonna make it happen. That's when stuff start to. Hey, what when it rains, it pours, bro. It really starts to pours. And man, Leak, man, how I see you up there. You guys been practicing and stuff, man. How's that been going?
Everything been going good. I had a little hiccup. I pulled my hamstring, but that's back right and everything. But they loving me there, and I'm loving it there. So, hey, it's a match made. I got a defensive line. I ain't never been a part of the defensive line. This reminds me of my sophomore year of college when we was all dogs out there.
All dogs. Hey, y'all was really all dogs, bro.
We got some dogs out there right now. So I'm loving that. I was like, it's gonna be a lot of one-on-ones, and I ain't never played in my career and just got one-on-one. So
right,
yeah, and wait,
man, right. I just thought about it. I'm like, hold on, Miles, Gary, hold on,
Miles,
you on
Davian, it's Clowney.
Right.
We got Miles, Clowney, Lee,
wow.
We got a nice little squad.
Hey, the coaches on Sunday, they're gonna have to pick their poison. Like, hey, who we want to
who we really gotta stop? Like who is the one we really just gotta stop him, and we just gotta pray for the rest of them. Like maybe they mess up somewhere. But yeah, it was like we got a D line. I mean, ain't nothing like having them trenches. I was like, I love the D line. It was like we get a full, everybody got their own thing they real good at, and they get off. We get the quarterbacks. I love it.
Man, I'm excited for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, just the whole resilient, bro. And now you back, bro. Like, and you're gonna have a great season this year, bro. You feel me? And you definitely gonna kill it, man. I know you.
You know that.
Hey, I already know.
I'm going out there. I got a chip on my shoulder still. It's like I ain't did this in a long. I really can't wait. I'm so excited. It's like it's been like hard. Just like we going out there. We ain't got no pads on. We just got on our helmets. We can't really do much. It's like I'm like, man, I can't wait. Like I ain't hit nobody in a long, long time. The last time I played football was in 2016. That was my last football game I ever played in.
And man, and that go back to the vision, bro, and the grind. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like sometimes you got to put in time. You got to put in. Like I was telling people, God say, if I'm a preach that I'm resilient, then I got to show that in my life. And it's like you say, you ain't played in 5 years. How many people still gonna keep working every day? How many people still gonna put that work in? Not having played a game in 5 years, not knowing how it's gonna turn out. And that's the thing I love about faith, bro. You feel me? But like they say, faith without work is dead. So you can have all the faith you want, you can believe and all this, but if you ain't putting no action behind it, and it's like I say, it's so crazy because like you say 5 years, bro, since you played, and I just think I'm like, bro, somebody would have been gave up. You know what I'm saying? 5 years is too long.
People just figure like you pray to God and you're just gonna receive. I'm like, that prayer is just like to let him know, like I need a little help, but you got to go put that work in yourself. Like he gonna help you somewhere around the road, but all the leg work and stuff, you got to put that all in yourself. You got to actually go get it. The prayers it give you a little guidance.
And it's real, bro. And that's why I tell people all the time, man. I'm like, man, that's the thing with us, bro. I'm like, we be praying for stuff we not ready for.
At all.
We pray, we pray for success, and then we see what it takes to be successful, and we be like, hold on, that's too much.
That's a little too much.
We say, God, remove these people out of my life. And then, when people start acting funny and changing, you mad that they acting funny and changing, and you hanging around them. But you prayed and asked God to bring the people in your life that you need. And then when he bring the people in your life, then you like, hold on, they don't do what I used to do. Or this not the right people for me. And it's like, man, we always praying for, things we're not ready for. And that's why I tell people, be ready. It's like my friend told me one time, he said, don't pray for it to rain, then be mad when it and then forget your umbrella and then be mad when it rained on you. You feel me? And I'm like, that's so real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna pray for it, like believe and trust in God to answer it, and make sure you're getting ready for that, man. And I think it's so true. And like you say, like just having that chip on your shoulder, I was just thinking in my head that Rod Wave, like that. Mama said when it rained, it be pouring. Hey, I got this chip on my shoulder forever. For real, man. So, man,
that's a real thing.
Man, it really is, bro. For real, man. And like I say, bro, I'm just thankful, for even, just giving me this time to, just sit down. And,
no problem. I always give back. You feel me? If I can help out, I definitely help out in a heartbeat.
Heck yeah, bro, man. This is man, it's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wanted to share this. And like I say, it's a story that keep me motivated. Like knowing I was doing this today, I was in the gym going even harder this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, just talking about you and, things like that, man. So, I just want to thank you for this time, bro. I'm going to let you get back to, man, just enjoying Florida right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the weather is
I'm about
to head
home for a second. I'm about to head home. I got a wedding to get to. One of my other homeboy that passed away, his mom getting married. We in the wedding. So, yeah, I got to get back to that. And I'm right back down here getting that work right after. So, yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. Like I say, man, your story is amazing, man. I can't wait. I'm just glad to, like I say, you didn't really connect with that many people, but like I say, we connected, and I'm glad that, that bond that was, created for life, man. So like we can sit on the phone now and, it's
talk about them that one couple days. We was out there for 3-4 days. And then I used my dog for sure. I remember that. I was like, this was my dog for real. Because I remember I've been telling that story for a long time. Like I really been telling that story for. I was like, bro, my homeboy, he went out to Oklahoma. He was out there trying to get me to come and everything. I was like, that was my dog. He played center. He was a cool little dude. That was my dude for sure. Man, I was like, I had my Samoans. I was chilling with the Samoans, and I was chilling with my homeboy. We had a good time out there. Man, we had a good time. We made our own good time. We made our own.
Come on.
Walking around Austin.
Trying to get into it.
Just
having fun, man. Just kids. But, man, I'm just so thankful for the memories, bro. I know you're going to have a great, great season. And you're going to kill it, Leak. I already know that, man. And I can't wait to – oh, man. I'm ready.